All right, welcome all. So, week 2 of our weekly webinar. This week, our focus is on building trust, and sharing your story. So, we had a little issue with our link. Unfortunately, we didn't get out the way we wanted it to get out there. So, we're going to just do a training video today. That's our purpose. We're just going to do a training video on this specific topic. And we're going to send out the recording so you guys can all have a look at it and still learn something very beneficial from this. All right, so let's kick it off straight in. Don't want to take too much of time. I'm going to keep this relatively short and sweet, but very effective and add plenty of value. So, building trust. This is very important. Whenever you're building any kind of relationship with anyone, you obviously want to build a trust factor. So, you obviously have a common rapport. Yeah. I'm going to run you through 12 simple steps. I won't go through them all in detail, but some that are very important I want to go through in detail. All right, so number one, we're going to go through is confidence. All right, it's massive. Whenever you approach someone, you want to be confident. All right, and then even a bigger point, which Mel pointed out to me, is be courageous. Yeah, even if you come up to someone and they're like, "Oh, how you doing? What do you do?" And you're like, "Oh, I'm a trainer," and they're like, "Oh, yeah, okay." There's one thing saying, "Oh, maybe I'm not worth much because I don't think much." Or it's like, "Okay, cool, it's not for you. You don't believe in it, but it's cool. I know who I'm worth." And I know what I'm worth, and I'll just push on, and then that person wasn't meant for me, yeah? So you've got to have confidence straight up when you meet someone, be confident who you are, and that's going to brush up straight away.
And posture as well.
Yeah, posture, your belief in yourself. Yeah, like we did the success triangle, if you've watched any of our other videos. Action, result, and belief. Once you have that belief, people are going to see straight through it. All right, number 2.
Your arm doing this one?
Yeah, we're 1 for 1.
What is it? Congruent.
Yeah, congruent. So
Congruent.
you want to be congruent, with your life. If you're going to come into someone's life and be like, "Oh, I've got all the wealth in the world, Josh, I'm going to teach you how to be wealthy,"
but you're not.
And you're driving around a little Toyota Yaris. No offense if you do, but it's not really a sign of someone's congruent in what they're talking about.
Pretty much saying preach what you teach as well.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to lecture someone on, you have to be healthy. There's all these medical and health side effects if you're not, and blah, blah, but then you're not healthy yourself. It kind of doesn't look good on your part, and they're not going to believe what you're saying because you don't look the part either. So
yeah, very important. So you want to have congruence in whatever you're teaching or talking about. Number 3 is obviously your physical appearance, how you look. So us as health coaches, we're also going to take a lot of pride in our appearance and how we look and how we feel. If I'm talking to you and I'm like, "Oh, coughed up and not feeling well, it's high all the time," you're not going to be looking for me to add value to your health. It doesn't make any sense. So you've got to come with the right physical and professional appearance. Because if you're going to be taken seriously, you've got to take yourself seriously first. Number 4.
Communicate your good intentions. So pretty much, how do I explain this?
Certainty is sexy. That's how I like to explain it. When you're certain about something, you put your point across and you're 100% sure with conviction, nothing else matters. Number 5, you've got to have integrity. Yeah, you've got to be a man of your word, make a promise and follow through. Whatever it might be, even if it's going to push out of your comfort zone or it's going to run its course in something that you didn't want it or didn't plan, you have to have integrity, because if you're going to make a promise to someone and not keep it, they're never going to trust you again. And at the end of the day, the main point here is to build trust. Yeah. Number 6.
Listening.
Yeah, very important. Yeah, so we've got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. So it's very important we listen, and not only do we listen, but we must give feedback. Yeah. So if Mel says something to me, for example, make a comment on how your day was.
My day was amazing.
Oh, so you had an amazing day today. That's awesome. What made it so amazing?
Just the people I'm surrounded with, and the fact that I'm living my life, and I'm just so passionate in what I do.
That's awesome. So you love the people around that, correct? Awesome passion. So you see the feedback. I'm listening to her, but I'm giving the feedback. So he's like, "Oh, okay, he's actually listening to me. He's actually expanding on what I'm saying." So you've got to have that feedback constantly.
At the end of the day, so I'm going to add something. At the end of the day, if you don't listen to the person, you're not going to know what they want, so then you can't help them. And you know, we're all searching for help in one way or another. And if you're speaking to someone that's not listening to you or isn't really soaking it in, then they're not going to help you, because again, they're not going to know what you want. So,
that's right. And that brings us to the next point: is over communicate. You want to express everything you have to talk to them about. So if she's giving me information, I'm going to give her feedback. I'm also going to express what I feel as well. Yeah, you're not going to be like, oh yeah, that's cool, yeah, good on you. You know, you want to actually express and add some value to that conversation. All right, number 8.
Discussing potential future problems.
That's important. You know, you're going to come to roadblocks in your life. That's standard. So you need to realize that there's no problems, there's only solutions. So what solutions are you going to bring to the table? Very simple. Just cut it short right there. There's no need to expand on it. Just no problems, only solutions. Simple. Number 9, we're going to provide accurate information. Don't make up stuff. If you don't know it, you know what? I honestly don't know what that information is, but I will do everything in my power to research and find out and bring that back to you. Honesty, yeah? We try to build trust here. Don't just make something up and read straight through it. All right, number 10, we want to negotiate for abundance. Yeah, this is very important. So in this situation, we're looking for a win-win situation. Yeah, we want both parties to be happy. There's no point me going all out of my way and getting no value, and also there's no point me just going to knuckle you into a corner as well. So both parties have to get something out of this. It's only fair. Yeah. Last 2, number 11.
Being rapport.
So, you know, having the right body language. If I'm sitting here listening to you like this, showing no interest and just kind of replying with a really low tone and, you know, really boring. Nah, I've got to be like on the edge of my seat. Oh, wow, that's amazing. You know, I love that you communicated that with me. You know, you want to at least look interested and use your tonality. If it's something that's quite important, you want to turn it down and, you know, connect kinesthetically. If they're excited about something, you want to have high energy. You want to go, wow, that's freaking awesome. You know, don't fake it, but you want to express your true feelings. Yeah. And lastly, definitely not least, you want to reveal something about yourself. Yeah, everyone connects with personal stories. So you want to reveal something that's going to connect with them. You know, you're saying, oh, I'm surrounded by amazing people. Like, wow, like, I love the people I'm around too. You know, I've got a beautiful family, beautiful partner in my life. You know, how good is it to have that in your life? You know, that's very simple. All right, so that's 12 simple steps. I hope you wrote them down. All right, you can always go back and check it all out. But 12 simple steps in order to build trust. You know, you're not going to sit there and try and nitpick every single one. But if you can play around a few of them, you know, always try to be confident and be courageous in the situation. You know, be congruent. You know, have, you know, certainty when you talk. These little things, they're going to build trust within a relationship, friendship, you know, workplace is massive as well.
I think the most natural one here is probably your posture. So this touches on 1, confidence, and 2, number 11, being rapport. So your body language shows who you are as a person, pretty much. And like Albie touched on, you're just slumping around and someone says, oh, how are you today? And you're like, oh yeah, I'm all right. Then they're going to automatically feel that there's obviously something wrong there. And if you're trying to inspire people as well at the same time, but you're like, oh yeah, my life was great, but then you're again trying to get someone's trust and try and inspire them to live a great life, then the two don't complement each other at all.
Big time, big time. So very simple techniques there. All right, so we're going to touch on quickly on building a story. So just 4 simple steps that you're going to go through. So this happens with everyone, whether you're in the sale game or just in a job that you love. Every day, the first question that someone asks when they meet you is, hi, how you doing? What do you do? Yeah, so you're going to be faced with this every single day. So you're better off being confident, being certain in what you're going to say than be like, nah, see you later, gone. Yeah, so you've got to be certain straight away. What do you do? I'm a health coach. You know, my job and my passion is to transform people's health so they can live a life of abundance. Boom, easy, simple. Yeah, so we're going to go through a simple structure that you can go through and share your story. Okay, so 4 simple steps. First one, most important.
Number 1 is you write down your career. So you can either choose your career that you are doing now, but you have to love it. So if you don't love it and you feel like it's not a career and it's just a job, then you choose the career that you want in the future, or the career that you wish you had. So it has to be something that you love doing, and if you're not doing it, something you would love to do.
Yeah, simple. So it's something you've got to be passionate about, something you find gives you some purpose. And it might be indirect, you might be like you want to transform people's lives, but you're doing it through a job that, okay, you're not extremely passionate situation, so maybe a paramedic, they transform people's lives by saving them, they're bringing out of the distress that people might put themselves into. So there's all different ways you can look at this. But yeah, one, choose a career. Number two, you want to pick 3 things. Yeah, so just 3 things that you love about that. Yeah, so very simple. In our game as being health coaches, we love that we get to connect with people every day. We love that we get to have an influence in how they treat their health, and we love seeing people get results. So that's what it's all about. We just want to see people happy and healthy. So that's 3 simple things. You want to just pick the 3 things that come to your head. Yeah, it's always going to be subconscious, what you think is the most passionate things that you love about that job or career. Yeah. Number 3 is the most important part. It's where we turn into a story. So, for example, I just told you then there's 3 things. When someone asks me what I do, I'm not going to sit here. I'm a health coach. I do nutrition stuff and I train people, and I think I work on their mindset. No, I'm gonna work on the feelings. I'll be like, I love the fact that I get to transform people's lives through working on their nutrition, mindset, and fitness, and see a massive result at the end of the day, which brings me, fulfillment. Boom, there's your story. Nice and simple, and it's all working on feelings.
You pretty much, we'll go through the 4th one first and I'll elaborate a little bit more.
Yeah, well, the 4th is just belief. Yeah.
Why you believe in what you do.
So we bring back last week, what we learned is your why. It's got to be connected to your why. So whatever that was for you last week, for me was just having abundance and having freedom. So by doing this, I'm creating freedom in other people's lives, which is they're going to be rewarded with freedom in my life, and abundance and fulfillment. So it's got to connect with your why, and that's got to flow straight out. If it doesn't come out smoothly or naturally, then it's not something you're aligned with. Yeah.
So the career part is obviously what you're answering the person. What do you do? Number 2 is you're telling them what you love about it before they actually ask you. So they might not ask you, but if it's a job that they're not, really familiar about, or a job like with us, a health coach. It's not very common. PT is common, personal trainer is common, or what are you doing?
It's cut off. That's better.
But a health coach, people might ask us, as a health coach, what do you actually do? So we're going to tell them before they actually ask us. And then that flows into the belief. And that is them asking why we do it. You're answering them again before they ask you. So, do you want to do an example?
Yeah, well, like you choose your 3, you say your story. Like I said, I transform people's lives, to get them results. And then I believe this is important because every person deserves to live a life, abundant in health, success, happiness, living ultimate fulfillment. Like that's very simple. It's a revised version of our one, but there's a reason why I want to do what I do, or we do what we do. Yeah, very simple. But look, we'll leave it there. I just wanted to give you guys we want to give you guys a bit of value, and 2 very simple topics: building trust with someone, and then sharing your story. And they tie very easily in together. Because once you have someone's trust, it's easy to share your story because they trust you. Yeah. So I hope they take away some great value there. We'll come back with you next week with some awesome value once again, and we'd love to hear from you guys. What do you want to hear? What is important to you? And we'll get right on top of those links. Make sure we get you guys on here quick, smart. All right, guys. You have an awesome week, and thank you for listening to our video. And I hope we gave you some value.
You guys are amazing.
Peace out.